Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. So in this video right now I'm gonna explain about some point that will makes a good ESL teacher. So actually what makes a good ESL teacher? In this video I'm gonna tell about 10 qualities of good ESL teacher that maybe you can apply it in your classroom. Okay, so the first point that can make you a good ESL teacher, the first is communicate clearly. So good teachers speak at a slower pace so that the student can follow what she or he said, and they have to pronounce words clearly and refrain from using regional slang. Also, primary source of English in the classroom, it is your responsibility to be understood in class. So speak at your student level at a pace that makes them feel like English isn't that hard. So also you can use vocabulary that they understand. So choose, or you can choose wisely the word that you're gonna say that your student is 90% should be common known, and they're getting comfortable with the language, and you can add 10% new vocabulary to broaden their lexicon. The second point is get them talking. First is ask questions and do activities that let them interact with the language. That is the teacher's most important job. And also motivate your students to speak, ask them questions, and give them enough time to answer. Because get them talking, it make your students interact with you, and you can you can measure how far their ability in speaking English. Also, teacher can scaffold the lesson by writing vocabulary on the board first to help them construct sentences. So, and then you can play game and praise them when they come out of their shell, so you can ask them to talking. So language isn't practiced in the head, so you need to make them talking, so the knowledge is can show. And the third point is classroom management, and this is one of the scariest for new teachers, is the managing the difficult classes. So the best way to do that is to keep students engaged and have structured lessons so that students know exactly what is expected of them. And also you need to have rules and procedures to keep order, but focus on leading the class in engaging way. If they have fun, they won't have time to cause trouble. So you really need to prepare, you really need to make some plan about how you gonna manage your class. Is that you will be made some game or else, so make your students not bored, and they're not having time, and they're not have time to cause some trouble. And the fourth point is build a relationship with your students. When students like you or they're comfort with you, they will open up and give you their best in in classroom. They're gonna show their performa in English. Also, before start the class or when they enter the room, ask them a question about their lives. How are they going? How they're doing? And what was their weekends like? Anything special happening that we get to know them by showing you care. So do that. We'll move. We'll move their heart, so they're gonna feel that you care with them, and then they're gonna build some relationship with you, and they're gonna open up with you. Number 5 is you can add some fun activities in a class. You can use the collaborative and fun activities in a class. You can use game, song, flashcard, board races, or phonics hoops, fly swads, everything that maybe make the students feel fun in class. At their early age, you want to make learning fun by using these activities, especially for young phonics learners, because young people like to play and they love games, so you can add fun activities in your classroom. So for all the students, you should let them interact with their friends. So use surveys, role players, and other team-based games, because basically students or younger learners love to play in a group, because they're gonna interact more and not feel alone when they're doing something. By making class fun and interactive, the students will learn better and the teaching will be great. And number 6 is well prepared. A teacher have to well prepare before entering the class. So prepare for each lesson and have backup plans when you get a last minute class is a must. And be sure of your schedule and have your week planned out. If possible, go over the grammar point that you will teach in each lessons and have examples, so you ready to explain to the students about the material that you're gonna explain in the class. And also the teacher, an organized teacher is a good teacher in ESL, so you have to prepare your paperwork in pristine condition. And the 7th point in the what makes ESL good ESL teacher is various sources. Understand our capacity that we need a lot of sources, and we as a teacher are not the only source of language. We need to burden our sources. So many teachers think that their words is low and be modest, you only have your own experience. It's not right. So you need to find other sources and expose your students to different ideas. Many teachers only use topics that they are interested in, which deprives your students from experiencing the bountiful knowledge that exists in the world. That make students bored. You can burden your sources so they like to learn about something new. So good teachers are constantly searching for new ideas and content, so they open themselves up to other perspectives and cultures. And when the teacher explain it clearly to the students gonna feel like, oh, the teacher is wide knowledge. And number 8 point is students' culture. Students' cultures, as a teacher, as a good ESL teacher, is you need to understand that understand your students' culture. There are certain words and linguistics issues that are more prominent in different countries. In Korea, for example, students find it difficult to say the S word. So if they want to say she walk, but because they hard to say the S word, they're gonna say he walk. Also, so you really need to learn about their culture, and you can emphasize that lack or their un their un what was that their inability their ability to you can emphasize this ability to say the incorrect words. So if possible, let them share it in a class and integrate their history and views into your lessons. It's okay to ask them about their culture and ask them to tell it in front of class about their culture. So it's will respect your students. They gonna feel that you respect your culture. And learning through experience will internalize English and make it part of their life. And the point number 9 is be a storyteller. So the best teachers are able to weave interesting stories into their classes. It could be from their own life or fictional tales, or maybe from your experience. Why is this storytelling in the classes important? Because listening is the first skill that language learners practice. If you can tell interesting story, they captivate your audience, and students can learn and enjoy class even more because they feel like they get attention in your story because they listen. Listen is the first skill in a language practice. And as a teacher, we have to remember that stories are also the original way of learning and preserving culture. Within stories, words, grammar, and themes are transferred to learns in a compelling way. So, from storytelling, we are teach our students indirectly within the words, grammar, and also the face feature or what was that body language. They're gonna know, they're gonna accept, they're gonna adapt in your way of storytelling. And the last is enthusiasm for be a good ESL teacher is you're going to do the same thing over and over again, stuck in a classroom with many students that are unmotivated, doing the same activities, same conversation, facing the same problem every single day. So the only way you can make this kind life bearable is to have enthusiasm that motivates you to continue being a teacher, especially in ESL teacher. It could be a passion for the language or a passion for the students that you teach, or a passion that for the process of teaching someone or something new and watching them success. Whatever your reason is, make sure to remind yourself about it every day to be the best ESL teacher for your students. So you need to keep your enthusiasm in your heart, in your deeper heart, that passion, that feel that passion about being a teacher is still there, still in your heart, that gonna make you can do and can doing your best as a teacher. Because when you get bored, that you're gonna hard to reach the point that good ESL teacher. I think that's all that I can tell to you. I hope that some point that I explain about what makes a good ESL teacher gonna give you a lot of benefit. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.